Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, it's going to be all about where the heck have I been. It's been a little minute since I have filmed, and I just wanted to sit down and talk with you guys a little bit about what's been going on with me and just to give you a little life update. So if you guys are interested on where I have been on my channel, then please keep watching. I actually have filmed this video before, but I felt like it was just too long. This go round, I want it to be just short, sweet, and simple. I want to start off by saying that 2016 has been one of the most challenging year that I had to really deal with, just health-wise and adult-wise, and not that really serious, but it's overall just been a little challenge for me. And I just wanted to sit down. I wanted to share it with you guys. When I tell stories, like I want to do this more of like a story time type of situation, because when I tell stories, I kind of have to get my point across. So I'm going to go back to January of this year. That's pretty much when I had a little bit of a hair experience. I wanted to get my hair dyed, which is fine. I've got my hair dyed before and I didn't have any issues with it, but this go around was just a little bit more challenging. So I got my hair dyed, I got heat damage, I got color damage, and then I wanted to get my hair dyed again, which kind of makes no sense. So I wanted to dye over the dye. Really just kind of put a damper on my hair journey. It put a damper on my page on Instagram. My social media is pretty important to me just because how I started off my platform speaking about my hair. I started off by big chopping, transitioning for 8 months. I big chopped and I grew my hair out for 3 years. So when you get heat and color damage, it can be pretty devastating, which I took it really hard. I was really upset about it. I actually cried about it. I had a video on my channel where I pretty much had to show you guys my heat damage, and it was really embarrassing just because when I'm talking about my journey and all about healthy hair, and when you have to show that you have heat damage, it can be pretty defeating. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just hair. So I rebounded and I just tried to stick with my social media. So April, May-ish is when I kind of noticed with my birth control that around the time of my period, I just became way more irritated than normal. I know like PMS is definitely normal. That is a normal situation. I deal with that definitely. I get normally the week before my period, I'm very irritated, frustrated, a little bit angry, but I just became a little bit more frustrated and irritated than I actually wanted to. So in May, I went to my doctor and I said that I really wasn't happy with the birth control that I was on, which I was on for 3 years. It was orthotricycline low. Mind you, I never knew anything about birth control. I never knew really what it was doing to my body. I just knew that it was preventing pregnancy. So I told my doctor I didn't really like how it made me feel. I was a little bit irritated and angry than normal. So she switched me to Cariva in June. Well, in June, I kind of felt a little different than normal. I noticed that my appetite kind of changed. I was a little tired than normal. I didn't have a lot of energy. I just didn't really feel overall like myself. In June, I also experienced a panic attack for the first time in my life, which was a horrible experience. I was pretty much woken up out of my sleep. I felt a little clammy. I couldn't go back to sleep, and then my heart just started palpitating very fast. I pretty much thought I was having a heart attack. My arms started getting numb, my legs started getting numb, and it overall wasn't a good experience. I had to wake my husband up in the middle of the night. I had to go to the hospital because I obviously never experienced that before. I didn't know what I was going through and I was scared out of my mind. So we went to the hospital. I got some anxiety medicine, and after that I went back to my doctor and I said I had a panic attack and I've never experienced that before. I want to go back to the birth control pill that I originally had. So I was thinking maybe that was the problem of me having a panic attack. Okay, so we got it switched. Now we're in July. I got it switched back to my original version, but it actually wasn't orthotricycline low. It was the generic version. It's like Spintech or something low. So July still was not really going well. I still didn't have an appetite. Still didn't have a lot of energy. I overall still felt very anxious. I just still felt I felt like when I woke up, I was teary-eyed. Like, you know, when you get to the point where you're about to cry, but you don't have to cry. I felt like that all day, and I didn't really understand why, because I never felt like that before. Every day when I came home from work, I just still had heart palpitations. I feel like my chest was getting heavy, like I was about to have another panic attack. So July, me and my husband just decided that overall for my health, I just felt like it was better for me to not take them anymore. I've never had these type of health issues before, so I was just like, you know what? I looked at the side effects of each one of these birth controls, and I'm not going to take them anymore. July 27th was the first day that I stopped taking my birth control. I didn't even finish the pack. July 30th was pretty much when it all kind of went downhill for me. July 30th was my father's birthday. I was already kind of sad. I'm normally kind of sad around that day anyways every year. So, you know, I try to keep myself uplifted and just try to keep myself active. I was going outside with my husband to walk my dog, and I just noticed that my head, like starting from the base of my neck leading up to the crown of my head, it felt numb. It felt very foggy. It felt swollen. It just felt all kinds of things that I never felt before, and it made me very panicky. It made me very nervous because I've never had that extent of a head type of feelings. I went back to the hospital. They pretty much was like, you're not going through any type of terminal illness, so you're fine. And they wanted to give me like anxiety pills again, but at that point I felt like that's not what I needed. I wanted to know what was going on with my head. I took Tylenol, I took migraine headaches. All of that seemed it didn't work except for chronic tension headache, because August, like leading into August, is kind of when everything just got worse. My head continuously hurt every single day. It felt swollen. It felt like my brain was foggy, very clouded. I couldn't concentrate. I couldn't remember anything. At work, it was just a struggle to get through work every single day. I never had any of these problems prior to me quitting my birth control. So the first thing that I did was look up the effects of quitting your birth control, and lo and behold, I found so many forums, and I also found articles on hormonal imbalance, which I never in my entire life knew existed until now. Hormonal imbalance pretty much is when your estrogen, progesterone levels of your body and your hormone levels are just all out of whack, and that's pretty much everything I was going through, from fatigue, loss of appetite, no energy, headaches, like especially the brain fogginess. I had all of those symptoms, and I'm thinking, okay, I have hormonal imbalance, and it all coincides with your hormones, birth control. I quit cold turkey. August was one of the worst months that I experienced. I had a chronic tension headache every single day from the time I woke up, the time I went to work, I got home. I was just in a lot of pain. I didn't really know at that point how to solve it. I tried to I tried to exercise, I tried to stay active, drink a lot of water, but that really didn't help me. September was still the same thing. About 2.5 months into it, I was pretty much from August to like middle October in a really bad kind of like depression, because when you're stopping your birth control, your hormones are kind of going nuts. I really went through a really bad slump. I didn't really want to make videos. I didn't want to post on my social media. I wasn't on social media, period. So those months that I wasn't on my social media is really because I didn't feel well. I lost so much weight. I couldn't keep food down. So after that, I couldn't take it anymore. I got to the point where I literally felt like that I was losing my mind. I was so stressed out. I was super depressed, and I just went through a lot of things that I have never had to deal with. I went to the doctor finally, and he pretty much told me what I was dealing with was anxiety. And when I think about anxiety, I think about heart palpitations, but I didn't think mind-wise, and subconsciously I was anxious because I was constantly worrying about what was wrong with me because I didn't know. I got a very low dosage of anxiety medicine, and that did help my head a lot. Oh my god, my stomach's growling. I'm so hungry. I haven't had breakfast. So I got anxiety medicine, and after that I felt a lot better. I pretty much wanted to make this video because over the past couple months, I went through a lot. I went through a lot mentally, physically, and emotionally, just because I didn't really know what I was going through, and I really went into a very bad depression where I didn't want to talk to people. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to wash my hair. It was scary. I felt like I didn't have any control over my body. Through this time, I had to get a lot of support, and I'm used to being like the supporter of others, like with my best friends, just people around me. I needed a lot of uplifting. So what I did with my hormonal imbalance, I kept myself active. I exercised as much as I could. I tried to peel myself off the couch as much as I could. I did yoga, that helped me out a lot. I try to eat as healthy as possible. End of this month will be 5 months, and I am so much better. I'm so blessed that I was able to get through it. If you're dealing with hormonal imbalance, you pretty much just want to eat as healthy as possible, take vitamins, try to exercise, keep yourself active. When I felt down, I did like coloring books, like the adult eclectic type of coloring books. I did that. I just try to keep myself active and not think about it as much. And you know, my husband really taught me. He gave me the advice of just trying to switch up what you did every day. I noticed that when I came home, I kind of did the same thing. I slumped on the couch, I looked at YouTube videos, and it kind of made me more sadder than normal. And just constantly having support from your friends and family is something that's very important. Just to stay positive. I was at a very negative place mentally. I can honestly say that during that time that I was down, and I really focus a lot with my prayer book, positive affirmations every day. Those things really do work. Whatever you seep into your body mentally is what you're gonna put out into the universe. So I just think that staying positive mentally and just telling yourself everything's going to be okay is really one of the key steps to getting. It's very easy for the enemy to want to keep you down. I felt like I was just at a low point. I never thought that I would be able to get back to Montrese, get back to that positive person that I was and have always been. And granted, it's just birth control, but hormones, they are dealing with your brain, and your brain is the most powerful organ in your body. So it was really hard for me because I've never been so down. I've never had to reach to a point where I had to work so hard each day just to feel happy. That's never happened to me before. So keep your head up, stay positive, eat as healthy as you can, keep a very strong support system, talk when you need to talk, get it out, release it. I'm cleansing out everything that I've been feeling because I couldn't see myself really moving on with my channel without really expressing how I felt and where I've been. The last time I posted a video was October 1st, and that was a while ago, and I at one point was doing videos every week. That was what made me happy, and getting back to doing things that make you happy is pretty much how you get better faster. I wanted to give a quick update with my hair. I did get it re-dyed. I was referred to Revolutionego. It is a natural hair salon here in Charlotte. And when I tell you that I enjoyed that experience, it was one of the best natural hair experience that I had because I love the products that they use. They use Jane Carter, they use a lot of Shea Moisture products, they use a lot of True products. I had no color damage, no heat damage. My hairdresser name is Shanice, and she did such a good job. She gave me everything that I asked for. She also included like some lowlights in there. So I am going to be doing a video soon on just how I upkeep my color treated hair. My goal for 2017 is just to go in my channel feeling renewed. I feel so much better. I want to be the best version of myself going into my channel in 2017, and I just wanted to end my video just by saying how appreciative I am by any new subbies that sub with me while I wasn't posting, while I wasn't feeling better. A lot of people really don't know this. I didn't really post it on Instagram. I really just stayed to myself and I posted when I could. I just feel like that when you are down, how you get out of it and how you push yourself through it is how it's gonna get you out of that slump that you're in, and it's how it's going to make you overall a better person. Everybody goes through things every single day. I just felt like this year was a trying year for me. I am so blessed and happy that I had support around me to be able to get through everything that I went through. I appreciate you guys so much for continuing watching my videos and just giving me encouragement, whether it's on my Instagram or it's on my YouTube. And I will be back with a new video very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to me if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.